Hey guys, hope y'all are doing great today. Just want to do a video on kind of the full steps of how I'm building these fruit tree mounds now after doing it a few times. And starting off, I'm going to build a trench basically just around the outside. Here's the tree right here. So the trench is going to start kind of wide and pretty much just go in a circle around it. And just kind of generally cleared the middle of it right here near this is an apple tree, and it's in kind of a wet spot right here. The soil kind of drains down and kind of pools right in about here, and so I'm trying to dig a ditch to let the water go downhill that way, also away from the tree, and then mounding up the soil all around it here. And just kind of showing too, I just started putting a few shovelfuls on there, but just how I've kind of changed it recently on how I initially done. This was one of the first ones that I did, and as you can see, it looks a little neater. It's got just a gently sloping mound. It runs into the kind of ditch around the outside, and with the tree in the middle. And so this tree was planted in the fall last year, so it's had one growing year on it, and it's doing pretty well. And this mound's really shot off once it had that on there, so that was good. And transitioned to recently though, just because this takes longer, trying to mound all the soil up, chop it all up and get it all perfectly smooth. The water runs off really good, so if it needed to drain really well, you could do this, because the drainage would be good with this system. But I also think it would be better, even better possibly, with this other one, the more recent one that I've done. So this is a more recent one, and as you can see, it does have a mound right up against the tree where the soil was chopped up finer, so that right around the tree, you're not throwing big clogs of dirt, and so it would be just gentle around that. But outside of that, it just makes the job go a lot quicker, and I believe it's a lot more beneficial, is to just have large shovelfuls of dirt starting at about right here that are just full shovelfuls, and then a ring around that's another shovelful, and maybe chopped in half, so it has kind of pockets of air, maybe habitat for creatures. And I really found the frogs are just loving it around here. And tossing, just chopping up branches pretty much as a mulch, really rough mulch. You can see some of the soil, so that's kind of what it looks like, the part that's uncovered. The soil just drops off, and there may be a pocket in here, and there may be some soil right here, more that's kind of sticking out too, so it kind of gives it a lot different, a lot of variation in the landscape, lots of little pockets for stuff to hide in, branches, and just chopped up limbs. Toss that in the ditch around the outside. I'm guessing this was probably done about a month ago, and I chopped some of these limbs up a little bit later, so about maybe 2 weeks ago or so. So they're newly kind of put on as like a rough mulch around the outside. Stuff's already growing back pretty strong around it. But I really like this design because it's quicker, it's easier, and it creates a lot more little micro habitats and for stuff. And I think that'll really help the plant be super healthy, and it's really growing good. After that, it actually was, on this one, I had let stuff grow up around it and didn't realize that a stem right at the grafting union, it was slightly below it, so it was the rootstock it was on. And but now it's been way buried underneath there, and I hadn't pruned this little top piece off. Kind of just wanted it to root too. That's the named variety. So it's growing up good from that, and should be doing good. And so this is what this one that I'm building now probably look like, and I'll update some steps.